Great. So, very good morning and warm welcome to all of you from Consultants Forums. As you are aware, this is an initiative of Consultants Consortium of Chennai and Management Systems Consultants Consortium. And so we keep conducting regular knowledge sharing sessions from our consultants platforms for multiple sectors on the latest trends or the topics or announcements, advisories, or the program schemes that are introduced in the domain of standards or certifications or regulations. All these are related to management systems, related conversations, whether it is a certification on any management system standard, which are predominantly various ISO standards and industry standards, or any such frameworks introduced by the regulators, and the various certification programs that are introduced globally as well as nationally for all these sectors. So November is known as the quality month across the globe. So throughout this month of November, globally, they celebrate quality. They create a lot of conversations and trainings or kind of virtual conversations or physical conversations related to standards and certifications from the domain of quality. So from our consultants forum, we have been conducting series of such knowledge sessions from November 5th. November 5th was our very first program, started with the food and agri products sector session. So it was a Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday series, 3 days in a week. We were conducting multiple conversations related to manufacturing sector and also related to services sector. Today, we have two sessions, pre-lunch and post-lunch, which are the last sessions in the series. And the morning session is a sector agnostic session, common for both manufacturing and services space, just to explain or discuss about how AI is making waves globally, how AI and machine learning are slowly getting integrated with business practices to improve the business efficiencies and operational excellence and to streamline many of your functional areas. So AI is actually finding its place into many functional areas. There are so many use cases that are being presented globally. So this is just a teaser session, awareness session. These are shortened, sweet conversations what we have created. Maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours conversations, not lengthy ones. So today's session, the session host will explain is also about artificial intelligence or machine learning, how these are being used by businesses in various sectors for their improvements, business improvements, and also from a customer point of view, how is it improving the customer experiences also? So we will have two speakers, and Smita is a session host for today. She is from our management consultant and trainer from our consultants forum. All the sessions, conversations, because these are happening during the daytime, uh, majority of them who are registering for the programs, they're actually finding it tough to join the conversations during the daytime. But those of them who have been attending our programs regularly, they watch all the recordings we uploading to our YouTube channel. Each and every session, topic, multiple sectors, multiple topics, all the sessions are uploaded in our YouTube channel, and people are watching online at their convenience. These are learning sessions. This is a series called Learn, Unlearn, and Relearn series, an opportunity for industry corridors to upskill their workers. And all these conversations are attended by various stakeholders from the conformity assessment domain. They can be somebody from certification domain or a testing or an inspection or a consultants, trainers, or any other stakeholders. So this is going to be the curtain down series, and post lunch we have a session on BFSI sector and how compliances and quality is actually transforming the BFSI sector also. So, with this today's sessions, our conversations will come to an end. All the registered participants, even otherwise industry stakeholders, will be communicated about the various sessions recordings, and all the key takeaways from all the sessions will be compiled as a newsletter and will be released in about 2 to 3 weeks time, will be shared with all the participants. All our knowledge sharing sessions are uh, free sessions. We don't charge any fee from anybody. This is our contribution to the industry and stakeholders to unlearn and relearn themselves in the process. So, with that note, I would like to hand over the session to Smita. She will take you through the session fully. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Welcome to a beautiful morning. Yes, of course, the southern part of the country is wet. So we had good rains out here, and Bangalore also. We are trying to, brighten ourselves in the cloudy weather. And we have reached the culmination of the Quality Month series of what CCC very, very successfully hosted with an alternate sessions throughout the month. And this happens to be the penultimate session because we have one more session post lunch. And thank you, CCC, for this opportunity given to be part of this Quality Month as a quality professional. So today we are culminating the session with a very interesting topic, and also a topic which is of it's a buzzword, right? That is, I think, the most used word, or I think as I think every one of us out here who are who might be in any capacity for anything these days, I think we are not using Google search, rather we are using ChatGPT, right? So that is the simplest form of AI what we know about, and it has already entered. That is, it is no more a science fiction, and it is here, and it is here to stay, right? And we are also, as professionals, as technocrats, as service providers, we are currently trying to grasp the ramification of this technology, which is undergoing multiple iterations in a very blistering pace, I should say. So it is evolving in a very, very fast pace, and it is everywhere, be it the industrial automation, scientific research, service industries, or the creative industries. The effects of AI are we are yet to know the good effects or the bad effects, or whatever the effects are. It is yet to be determined, but determined and understood for better usage. Nevertheless, it is already impacting our daily lives. And amidst this particular experimental muddle called AI, I would say, because we are all confused yet, many people struggle to understand what it is and what it means for them, right? So, going by the technical definition, so as per the international standards, that is ISO/IEC 22989/2022, defines AI as a technical and a scientific field devoted to the engineered system that generates outputs such as content, forecasts, recommendations, or decisions for a given set of human-defined objectives. So this is the technical definition. So let's come to the layman's definition. Let's understand it in an easier way. It's a simple learning to analyze large amount of data, recognize the pattern, data patterns, and make predictions or decisions on that data, and continuously improve its performance over time, right? That is where the current AI, that is where we see ourselves as. So as of today, the traditional AI, which was that is the to analyze this large amount of data and understand the pattern and try to give recommendations over that understood pattern, we have moved on to a step further. So the traditional AI was it has evolved, and it has paved way for the development of machines capable of learning, reasoning, and problem solving. That is creating everything from software code. That means when it is solving a problem, it is also, in the form of software codes to images, videos, music, whatnot. And we call this generative AI, general AI, as it is called. So it is that means it is trying to create a new set of data from already the whatever is the learning it has taken, which has been fed to it as a training. So it is trying to create a new set of data. I think that is a challenge, right? That is where all our question marks comes in. So creation of that means it is trying to create entities endowed with cognitive abilities. Oh my God, this is like mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the cleverest of us all, right? So we are going to have challenges here. So today's session is going to be on this, and we have two speakers out here who have been in the two main domains of businesses. That is, we have the product-related business and we have the service-related business. So we have experts here who in real time have had an experience with this experiment with the AI, right? So when we talk about the two aspects, the first one is very important to us, the service sector, because here it is direct interaction with the humans. When it comes to the product, we have a lot of industries who are into manufacturing, not the whole product as such, which is directly to the consumer or the customer. You will have layers to it, right? They are not directly connected to the customer. But when we come to the service industry, we know that we are just there. Means in the sense it is you and the customer there. And how do we take it? And in both these industries, I think one of the points which has been very, very important or a big question to be answered for the rest of the resources that is the human resources is it going to replace humans, right? Is it going to replace humans, artificial intelligence? Then what will happen? Because the population is rising, nowhere we see any any control over that. So the numbers are increasing, and when they are not employed, we know what happens, right? Now coming back, so going back to the industrial perception, that is industry perception, service industry perception, it is a well-known thing, and many surveys and has been carried out where they say that even if you want to wish every person, employed person, with an artificial intelligence or a substitute as a machine, it is not possible, right? Nearly 42 to 43% is what they have calculated. You will not be able to get the perfect fit. That means to say that we don't have to be scared that we will be, as humans, will be replaced. Rather, we will get to a different role out here, right? We are going to be in a different role. So going to the first speaker today, that is the which will be targeting the service industry and how AI is being taken. So here it would not be as the service industries as it is perceived that AI is going to be a complementing, a way of complementing the whole service sector, and it is not going to it's not going to be a disruptive one, right, for the employees, of course. So with this, let us start and let us understand, because as of now we know that we have already been exposed as consumers or customers to automated claims processing, be it whatever is a claim from a customer. It has been used in the financial sector, and also personalized kind of a customer engagement. Initially, whenever you have you have an interface which talks to you, right, first before giving it to the real human. And also it also tries to understand what has been your pattern of search, or the questions what you ask for. Are you a beginner? Are you an intermediate? uh, that kind of an information it is taking, and it is trying to find out who you are and how it can help you better, right? So with this positive note, let's jump on to the session and listen from the experts. So we have the first of the speakers out here. So we have Mr. Harish Chandra, Senior Mentor advisor, and consultant, SMAC. Uh, okay, sorry, sir. I don't know how to pronounce this. Duo Cloud-based Hotel PMS. So I will leave it to sir how to pronounce the word. He has been instrumental in steering technology to enhance hotel operations with a focus on IT strategy and digital transformation in the hospitality sector. That is one of the sector which has really kicked off. I think I can see it visibly. That is a tourism sector, and hotel hospitality is goes hand in hand with it, right? Leading cloud migration initiatives and driving new business development to modernize IT infrastructure and improvise guest experiences. And Sir has a proven track record in streamlining hotel management through advanced technology solutions. He has been the former Chief Strategy and Transformation Officer at Interactive 12, overseeing technology roadmaps for travel, hospitality, and aviation solutions, key contributor to shipping and seaport modernization, applying technology to drive operational excellence, strong commitment to leveraging technology for strategic advantage, and optimizing business operations in the hospitality industry. I welcome Sir to share his viewpoint on the customer experience in this service sector. Welcome, sir.
Harishi, you're muted, please. You're muted.
Sir, you are muted. Could you unmute yourself? Yeah, yes.
Good morning, Smita ji. Thank you, CCC, for giving me an opportunity to speak here. It's not cold in Delhi. Generally, it's very cold in Delhi, and it's very pleasant over here. In shirt, t-shirt, also you can go out, and putting a blazer really gives you little relief. So it is amazing morning, and greetings from Gurgaon. I'm very happy to put my views over here. I'll try to keep it very simple so that audience can understand from where I'm coming and how artificial intelligence can be used. Trust me, there's a big scope of becoming an entrepreneur in hospitality if you want to do something. There are a lot of angel investors, there are a lot of people who are looking into pain points. Industry is evolving at a very great pace. In 2000, something happened, which was the creation of websites. OTS came in picture. Hotel industry was always busy into making sure that guests are happy in operational efficiencies. The room is clean. The bed sheet has no dots. It's sparkling clean, and the F&B food is very good. So hotel industry was always busy into their own transactions related to guest service, good room service, and very basic things. Now, after 2000, e-commerce came and everything changed. Tech companies have taken over hotel operations, and today online travel agencies are making money. They are charging somewhere around 20%, and the world has changed totally. Hoteliers put a lot of efforts into constructing a hotel for 3 years, waiting for 1 year for marketing. Then business comes. But OTAs, within 6 months, the website is ready, portal is ready, and everything starts. So world is changing very fast. And let me give you some perspective from where I'm coming is everything starts from ABC. A for Apple, B for, you know what is B for? In terms of hotel, everything is BBB. I think hotel is a wrong word. It should be BOTL because it is all about bed, bathroom, breakfast, banquets. These are the traditional things which are hotel supplies. But today, what is happening? Everything is converting to a digital B, which is blockchain, big data, bots, robots. Everything is evolving around B. So hope you agree with me. It should be hotel, not hotel. Okay, just to be on lighter side. But let me tell you how artificial intelligence can be used to increase customer experience. Think of a scenario. You are in a corridor which has got, say, 25 rooms on the left, 25 rooms on the right hand side. There are some room service trays which are left outside the room after customer has finished their dinner, which is stinking. Lizards, cockroaches are coming around. If there is a camera which can capture the trays lying outside and using IoT AI, if the message can go to room service captain that outside 101 there is a tray lying, can someone go and pick it immediately, or do you want to leave it there for 6 hours that the next shift will come and they will pick in the morning? So there are many cases which I'll tell you in very plain English, not using a technical jargon, that how it is possible. Hope you agree with me that lot of challenges are happening, and all the hotel companies, whether domestic, international, are trying their best to ensure that guest gets a ultra experience, and that's how the stickiness loyalty increases. Let me give some real examples. Say at front office, what happens is there is a queue, and generally to check in a customer it takes 3 to 4 minutes. How we can use artificial intelligence, machine learning, voice commands to ensure that check-in happens fast. Suppose a guest comes, he says, "My name is Smita." So, can someone just use a voice command by saying, "check in Smita," and automatically three, four names come there, and then you ask for the second name from the guest and just press a button. So, everything can be done at a speed of light, which was not possible in last 30 years. Today, there are cloud-based PMS with WhatsApp integrated, Chat GPT integrated, voice enabled things. Gen Zs have no patience. They do not want to spend 2 minutes at reception. What is the solution? Can you send them a link so that they do their check-in online, and once they come, they just show their photo ID and they can press a button and the key comes. There are many hotels like Olive Hotel chain of embassy in Bangalore. There is no reception. There is a virtual concierge. There are two ladies controlling 10 receptions of 10 different hotels. All these things are possible today. I will come to that topic, whether it is issue for manpower or it is issue for the jobs for human. That part I will touch later in case time permits. But I'm trying to give you some scenarios, use cases where technology can be used to speed up operations and to ensure that guest is happy and his privacy is maintained. So in front office, there are cases where reception takes money and says, "Sir, you go to room number 202, take rest for 2 hours, come back. I will not show check-in in the system." Using AI, using cameras, we can stop the revenue leakage. And trust me, there is no solution available, robust solution available in the market. There's a big potential to create a camera with AI intelligence, putting some algorithms, putting some voice commands in case government allows that. I know that it is intrusion to guest privacy to record something, but there are workarounds. If you record all those things, then it can go to system, and wherever the words are there, like "give me cash" or "do me a Paytm transfer" or "do me a Google Pay," it can capture it. An example, if an employee is there inside the room for more than 20 minutes and it can send a message automatically, a camera can capture that XYZ is in room number 220 for more than 20 minutes, and a message can trigger to security, and an employee can be asked that why you were there in room for more than 5 minutes when you have to clean a room, or if you have to serve a food, you should be there for maximum 3 minutes or maximum 5 minutes in case guest is asking for something. So explore the opportunities which AI is enabling. Think of a scenario when guest has to get off of his bed, go to a table side, use a phone to say, "I need shampoo, I need towels. Please ask someone to clean my room." All those things are possible after 2 3 years. Most of the luxury hotels will be voice enabled. Using one command, that "I need a sandwich, veg sandwich, brown bread, heavily toasted or plain, the way he wants it," and the message can go directly to room service and it is delivered in exactly 15 minutes. And if there is a delay, it can go to F&B manager, GM or XYZ, the way you want to configure systems. All those things are possible in last 4 5 years. Earlier, it was totally unknown. And why it is happening now? All because of COVID-19. Industry has seen a major transformation, digitization, high-tech touchless, everything is possible now. So this is the one case I've given you for room service where trays lying outside, a SMS can go or a message can go on a mobile to room service captain, and escalation matrix can be there to ensure that corridor looks clean and there is no lizard, cockroach, or it does not stink. Other thing is housekeeping. Example, there are different rooms: twin bedded room, triplet room, or double room, king side bed, queen side bed, with chair somewhere else. A housekeeping staff can take a mobile, just show that QR code or your camera to your room number. Then system understand this is room number 101, which is single bedroom, which has got only one sofa on left hand side, which has got something called as a tea making machine or some other things in the room. If you want to ensure that everything is placed properly, what you can do is With the help of a mobile, you can just do like this, and automatically it will capture that everything which is required as per the standard is placed correctly or not. Further, if your camera is very high-ended, it can also capture that if room is not made properly. So all those things are possible because of the power of AI. This is the example of housekeeping. Third, F&B, food and beverage. A lot of things happen in food and beverage. I want to know which are my star items, which are my low horse, which are my puzzle, which are my dogs. Stars are those items in which contribution margin is very high and the number of quantities sold is also very high. Low horse is the second one. Third is puzzle, whether I need to keep these items in my menu or not. Fourth one is dog. These items are not selling, even no, portion is not more or contribution margin is also not much more. So think of a scenario where a F&B controller just gives a command. If there is a recipe in the system, it knows that the cost of soup is 25 rupees, selling cost is 120 rupees. What is the contribution margin? 120 minus 25. How many portions I have sold? Today, to do this exercise for almost 120 items, a F&B controller picks data from 2, 3 systems and takes 2 days to create a good report to do a good, very, very good menu mix. Think all those things are possible using one command. Hey, go to my system, use voice, pick only those items which are giving me 80% of business, and everything comes on your mobile or your laptop immediately. This is the power of AI. So that you know that which items from the menu you need to knock off, which items you need to add, in which items portion the items which are star. Do if what happens if you increase cost by 50 paisa? How to do data manipulation? This is the power of AI, which can be done automatically. This is possible only in this connected world. And this is happening now real time. Many chains are using all these applications which are powered by AI. Now, I'll give some more scenarios. In food and beverage, what are the challenges of industry? Waiters make money. A guest does not take a check. He just gives his credit card or cash and leaves the hotel. Same check is used in restaurant hotels for 20, 30 times. Like buffet bill, 100, say a cost of buffet is 1,000 rupees. I paid cash. I leave the check there on the table, the bill on the table. That is kept by a waiter in a pocket. If there is a CCTV camera, it can capture that the check is kept by the waiter in his pocket and it will rotate it 10 times. This is the power of AI. Second case, the same waiter goes to system after guest has paid him 1,000 rupees and give a discount of 50% and keeps 500 rupees in his pocket by giving a remark that guest was not happy, he was shouting. Now, using the power of AI, you can give only one command, which all servers, waiters, captains are making money and who are giving maximum discount. So that you know that out of the team of 20, these are the two culprits who are giving maximum discount. Then third case is void. Some waiters are smart. They say that guest was complaining there's some hair or there's some cockroach around or there's some flies around and he was shouting. So just to pacify him, I give him 100% discount and he keeps money in the pocket. So the point of the system in the hotel can easily identify such culprits who are making money unnecessary. And you can see that this person has worked for 6 months and he has served 600 meals. Out of 600 meals, 10%, which is 60 meals, he has voided or given discount. Why? So AI can help in controlling the revenue leakage in F&B. The void of check, the discounts, those systems are capable that there can be escalations that if a captain has to give a discount, he has to take approval from his senior. But still, a lot of means and ways are there. Passwords are supposed to be charged. Passwords are supposed to be passed. This is the concept in hotels as of now. The manager says that don't call me at 12 o'clock, boss, take my password and do what you want. So, how do you control this? If password of XYZ is used at 12 o'clock and he has left hotel by showing his face on a checkout system at 10 o'clock, can you integrate your camera, your time attendance camera with your point of sale so that you know that the person has left hotel at 10 o'clock and his password was used at 12 o'clock. All these things are possible because of open APIs in this digitally connected world. But how many of us are using it? How many of us are aware of such scenarios, that how to increase revenue, how to make sure that there's no revenue leakage? So the world is open for entrepreneurs to explore multiple things. If you want, I can give some more scenarios. I'm looking into my copy because I want to make it very interesting. I cannot remember everything. I'm sorry. Think of a scenario where there is an unidentified luggage in the lobby, which is lying for more than 45 minutes. It can be some bomb or something fishy which can be there in that, or it may be a guest has forgotten his luggage and someone else can steal it. So can you give a command to your high-end camera in the lobby that anything which is lying unidentified for more than 30 minutes, you should send a message to the front office manager, security manager, or XYZ as per your workflow? It is very much possible. Think of a scenario if car is not parked properly in a yellow marked box. It can, some other car can hit it, or it is obstructing some other car entry. If car is not there in proper box, a camera can send a message to security that car number 435 is not parked properly. This is the power of artificial intelligence algorithm in a CCTV camera. I think there's some questions. Smita madam, do you want me to take questions now or later?
So once we are, means you're finished with your inputs, I think then we can address the questions.
How much time I have?
Please go ahead. Actually, please go ahead and do it.
Okay, means ma'am, we take the questions?
No, his session, if it is done, we can ask one or two questions now, and then maybe after Mr. Tej's session also we can ask. If Mr. Chandra has completed it, we can ask. Couple of them have posted in the chat
Yes.
box. Yeah,
Yes, yes.
please take it. One or two we can take now, Mr. Chandra, then we can do it later.
I think, let me finish.
Yeah,
How much
please
time I have actually? Accordingly, I'll tweak my session and then we'll
20,
take the
25
questions.
minutes is fine. 20, 25 minutes is fine. Please continue.
So I have got another 20 minutes, you mean to say?
No, the overall session for each speaker is for about 20, 25 minutes.
20
Maybe
minutes.
another 10 minutes you can continue.
Okay.
Because something interesting we don't want to interrupt, actually. That is why.
Okay. So I'm just trying to
Right.
go extempo. I've not prepared anything. I've just prepared
Right.
a diary with some notes that I have to cover: housekeeping, front office, security, revenue leakage, guest experience, like Smita madam has mentioned earlier. So coming to the next topic is your guest experience. This is the world of mobile application. Guest does not want to pick the phone. Guest does not want to call someone. He just want to give a instruction over the voice. Hey, please send me sandwich. Clean my room. Give me shampoo. My AC is making a lot of noise. The bed is not good. Pillows are very hard. The bathroom is leaking. There's no hot water. Everything is possible immediately. Instead of you go to mobile, you type something, you call someone, someone takes 2 minutes to pick a call, you're frustrated, line is busy, everything is recorded, and you know that service is done on time or not. Out of the team of 20 support staff of housekeeping, who are closing how many complaints on time and who are lazy? So when it comes to employee recognition, who are working hard, all those things system gives you without emotions. Otherwise, today, people know what a waiter does. Let me tell you, 31 years back, I was room service captain. I started my career as room service captain. I proudly say that. And I've transformed myself from F&B to digital to airlines to a lot of things. I know I used to give a order to a waiter that go and serve this food to a room. He used to come after 2 hours. And we were not able to trace because I was so busy in my transactional job of taking calls, making sure the trays are set properly, making sure that everything's fine. And some waiters will stand in front of me and I should give them orders. Today, I can see that what is the productivity of my servers, of my waiters. Whether after serving food, they are collecting the trays from the room on time, or whether guest after calling someone and no one goes to his room to take the dirty tray, he keeps it outside which stinks, which is bad for the hotel as a reputation. Today, system technology helps me in achieving my targets in that way. Okay, let me touch some other important topics like BMS, Building Management System, engineering systems. You know that Harish Chandra has landed Chennai airport. He will take 45 minutes to reach his room. Can you ensure that his time is punched when he arrives at airport, so that by the time he reaches his room, you know that it takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes to make sure that the room achieves temperature as per the normal standards, which is 22 or 24 degree, and we do not waste energy for 24 hours. So we ensure that as soon as he lands, we know the flight number is S2512, and automatically system goes and sees that using the power of integration with the airline system. There's something called as FID, flight information system. If someone can take pictures, if my airport rep is there at the airport, can he takes pictures after every 5 minutes of the flight information system, which can go to my hotel, because there's no interface between hotel, property management system, and airlines. And once the picture is captured, we know that how many guests are coming by which flight, and how much time it takes from airport to my hotel. In morning time it takes 1 hour, in afternoon it takes 40 minutes, in evening it takes 1.5 hours. Depending on that, only the air condition starts. I save on energy. Can there be a system where a guest is in a room, and if there is a sensor, and we know that in case there is a fire, unforeseen situation which happened in Mumbai, like terror attack in a hotel, we know that how many guests are in house in the room and how many are outside, and how to protect them if there is a fire, or if there is some alert of bomb blast. So using technology, we can ensure that guest safety is there. We can save up energy. There is a company called as BuildTrack. I am doing consultancy for them also. Generally, what happens is, in current scenario, guest is given a key card, he inserts that in the key tag, and the line starts. In 90% hotels, the key card is dummy. You just take pressure and it starts the lights. Now, there are companies like BuildTrack who have done innovation where you have to use the card which is given by the hotel, which opens the door lock, which only you insert, then the light switches on, so that there's no misuse. Otherwise, what guest does? He puts his credit card, his visit card, switches on the light, and he moves around hotel, which is waste of energy. And when there is a emergency, reception is not able to identify which are the actually occupied rooms, which are the vacant clean rooms, which are the vacant dirty rooms. All those things are possible today to save energy and to save a guest. Again, let me tell you a very new case which is helping hotels to increase their revenue and distribution. What happens is, room is a perishable commodity. Hope you are able to understand that if it is not sold, we cannot store it and we cannot sell it again. At what value I should sell it? There was a time when we used to say there is a rack rate. Today there is no rack rate. It is BAR, best available rate. So, example, my best rate is 6,000 rupees today, but I do not know the hotels which are of my same standard, which are in 5 kilometers radius around my hotel, are selling at what rate. There are tools available which helps me to identify the occupancy rate of hotels which are nearby, which are in my competition, at what rate they are selling. If they are selling at 7,000, this means if I'm selling at 5,000, I'm doing a revenue loss. So at a fly, revenue management can say, hey, give me the report of room rates occupancy in the nearby hotels which are in competition. You get the report. Then immediately you press one button and increase rate to 7,000, which is connected to your online travel agencies, GDS, where affiliate members, partners, and your revenue increases. This is how revenue and distribution is happening. One more step is, why should I consider that what rate my competition is using? The other thing is, I relate my hotel rates with airlines. I know that my rate is 5,000 and airlines tickets are sold for 10,000, for example. I put some relationship between hotel rates and airline rates. I put some plugin with Make My Trip, Booking.com, and other OTAs. And I want to ensure that if airlines rate are 15,000, this means I have to increase my rates. There is one more step above that, bus rates. You will be amazed to know that there is a company in AI. What they are doing is they have increased rates of bus. Sometimes the bus rate is 500, sometimes it is 5,000, sometimes it is 8,000. And sometimes when the bus rate is 8,000, the flight rates are only 7,000. Can you believe that? Because people, guests, passengers who travel by bus are used to only bus. 90% are only bus. They never can believe that airlines can be cheaper or trains can be cheaper. So this company who has improved the yield of bus is now also coming into hotels, and they are going to increase the revenue yield management by using AI. I've seen some hotels abroad where a receptionist just says that, hey, check out room number 220. And it just pops up that in minibar there's a consumption, or one pillow is missing, or something else is there. Then he says, oh, sir, we have given you a mobile charger. Can you please return it? Else, if you want to carry it, I'll charge you $200. So it is all about yield management, guest safety, revenue management, F&B management, stopping the revenue leakage using AI to make sure that there's no food wastage. In many hotels and cafeteria, you can put a CCTV camera, and you know that XYZ is the only person who takes so much of food, consumes only 10% and waste it. And in 30 days, CCTV camera can give a report of staff who are throwing food daily, and so many people do not get food in India. So you are saving cost of food. You are ensuring that food is not wasted. So AI really helps to increase revenue, to give guest ultra experience, and to make sure that there is no revenue leakage. With this, I open this floor for the questions. I'm not too sure if I'm able to portray my thoughts clearly to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed, array, or you should say, so many options are available there, I think, for entrepreneurs, startups to pick up and use it. Yes, of course. Yes, and when you're sharing all this, I think it is all interconnected. When you talk about yield, when you talk about the guest using a lot of wasting a lot of food and resources, naturally that can be connected to the carbon emissions, right? So many wonderful things can be interconnected also. Yes, thank you very much, sir. I think, yes, the time was a little small for you, right? It was quite less for you. You would have heard more ideas, and how the service industry, hospitality especially, can use it. We have a question out here. Yes, you were talking about, yeah, all the whole thing is about collecting data and then deciding or giving a recommendation based on those data, right? So here we have Manjunath K who asks, we have to store more data in AI system. So how our data is safe in the AI system? I think that is one of the ethical questions which even the law has been trying to address, right? So it is about collecting data left, right, and center everywhere. And what data is good data and what data is not good to be retained or to be even accessed. That is, data privacy comes into picture, isn't it, sir? So what do you
Okay,
see?
let me tell you something about guest privacy in hotels. I'm not too sure how many of you know about GDPR, Guest Data Protection Regulation of Europe, EU. India is also going to come with something like that, and many other countries are going to implement the same. So what happens is there's a misconception that what is GDPR or how a hotel uses guest data. So every hotel website, if you go to Taj, Uber, ITC, domestic hotel chains, they have put a rule that what is guest privacy data and how they use data. So what happens is when you send a reservation voucher, there's a link which is given which says that for more details on guest privacy, go to this link generally. And it says very clearly that we store your email, we store your mobile, because we have to send you a email voucher, guest reservation voucher through an email. We send you a SMS confirming your booking so that a lot of things happens that we welcome you and we send your questionnaire once you check out. So guest data is very important, and yes, there are many guest data theft cases happen in domestic and international chains. I cannot name anyone here in this public forum. You can do online Google, or we can take it offline with me. And in this connected world of e-commerce or mobile applications or artificial intelligence, guest data needs to be protected, and many rules are coming. India is also coming with a information technology policy for the guest safety data. Same is there with your Aadhaar card. You know, Aadhaar, when you go for facial check-in in an airport, This is Didi Yatra. No data is saved in Didi Yatra. Trust me. And this is there on the website. I know the CEO founder of Didi Yatra. I just met him in a conference. He told me we do not store anything. We can do that if government wants, and that will really make this world very, very safe and secure. But government doesn't want. We are not storing it as of now. It is clearly mentioned Didi Yatra. But coming back to hotels, yes, hotel stores email address, mobile, residence address, details of booker, details of the corporate company from where he is coming, how many nights he has stayed, whether he is a loyalty program member or not. Guest data is used for digital marketing to send him for various food festivals happening, or to send him promos that we know that spa is going to be empty and we want to tell our hotel in-house guests that if you go to spa, we give you 60% discount, 50% discount. So all this data is used for digital marketing to ensure that cross-selling, upselling happens in hotel. But coming back to security, all these hotel chains are concerned about their reputation, that if there is a spark that data was leaked of 20,000 loyalty members or 20,000 XYZ members, no one will go and stay in these hotel chains. Let me give you some examples. In one of the hotel in New Zealand, a hacker took a control and no guest was able to come outside the room. He took control of door lock system. Okay, I know very famous domestic hotel chains where loyalty data was leaked, where the loyalty guest data loyalty database was hacked. I know airlines where the servers are totally hacked and the hacker said you have to pay me 5 crore rupees, then I'll give you a password, then only your airlines check-in system, departure control system will start. So yes, we are in a very cyber-prone world. I agree to that. But there are companies who are providing solutions, and in last 9 months, I've not heard of any security breach. I can just say that.
Thank you, sir. Yes, of course. Hanumantrao sir mentions a DPDP, that is a GDPR, or the equivalent to the GDPR. If not as specific as GDPR, we have DPDP Act, yes, which talks about personal data privacy. Thank you very much, sir. And we will also look forward for some questions at the end of the session also as we move on to the next speaker. Thank you, Harish Chandra, sir. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome.
So
And in case anyone wants to connect with me, if you allow, can you give me the 2 more minutes?
Please, sir, go ahead.
I want to tell audience that everything's in mind. I want to tell that in 12th I got 33 marks and I was not able to speak English single word. I was not confident. When I used to see people from English school, I used to feel bad. I used to have been pretty complex. Today I'm telling you confidently, everything's in mind. We have to think what we can do. Human brain can do anything and everything. I started as room service captain. Then I changed my gears to airlines. I used to make load and trim ship Boeing. I used to do lot of things of technology there. I went to Dubai with Oracle Hospitality, where I saw all the hotel manager guys doing coding and configuring system softwares. So everything was an eye opener for me. Then I was corporate IT head for Park Hotels. I opened Park Chennai in 2002. Then I opened Park. I was with Park Hyatt Goa. I worked with so many hotel chains. Trust me, a lot of possibilities are there. Never think that you are 12th fail, 10th fail. Your mind can do a lot of things. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So we move on to the next speaker, and we have the next sector also, that is the manufacturing sector. So we know that, as we said, one of the in the product manufacturing aspect, when we talk about AI, AI has been used more significantly, AI and machine learning, to enhance quality management in the shop floor or in the manufacturing sector. And the ability to predict potential quality issues before they manifest is one of the areas which I think the AI and the machine learning has been focusing on in these sectors. So one of the two critical applications of these, that is AI and ML in the quality management in the manufacturing sector, would be one is the predictive quality analytics, right? And another one is carrying out the quality inspections. When we come to the predictive quality analytics and automated quality inspections, potential quality issues before they manifest, we want to identify those before they manifest, because traditionally quality control has relied on historical data. It has relied on historical data analysis and manual inspections to identify these defects and inefficiencies and rectify them. These are very valuable, of course, but what happens is that the solutions what is given is more often a reactive measure, addressing problems only after they occur, right? So predictive quality analytics would be powered by AI and ML, where we would be looking forward for a dynamic change. That is, we are going to understand the problem even before it can happen, right? It can manifest, so that it is a more of a proactive kind of an approach. And then we also have the traditional quality inspections, which are labor intensive, right? They are labor intensive processes which rely on human inspectors to visually examine the products for defects. Skilled inspectors can identify many issues. Human errors and fatigue can cause inefficiencies in these particular activities, right? Automated quality inspections powered by AI may be a solution uh, to control these challenges. To know more about it, but this is a very easy thing to just say. When it comes to implementing these huge ideas out there in a vast manufacturing setup where you have tens and twenties of huge machines out there simultaneously in the process, so it becomes altogether a different journey, right? So let's hear from one of the industry experts, Mr. Tej Kumar sir. He's a VP Operations at Toyota Gosai South India Private Limited, having 28 years of experience in automotive, plastic, and LED at Toyota Gosai South India Private Limited, a Toyota Group company. Holds an MBA in Operations Management and postgraduate in Plastics Engineering from CIPET, among the top 5 institutions. Trained in Toyota Production System at AOTS and Toyota Gosai Company, Japan, with leadership training at IIM Ahmedabad and University of Michigan. Certified Global Quality Denjoshi Leader for Safety Systems and Quality, and an expert in Kaizen, TPS, and lean manufacturing. Panel speaker at various international conferences. He has also published articles on safety, quality, productivity, and smart manufacturing. He's passionate about student mentoring and Karakuri, the low-cost automation, and uh, a very, very, passionate socially responsible, person with awards including Best Polymer Technocrat and Plant Head of the Year. Sir, I welcome you to the forum to listen to your journey while implementing these smart, concepts. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, namaste and good afternoon. Thank you for that, Smita madam. It was wonderful to listen to Harish Chandra sir. So now whenever I go to the hotels, I can correlate many of the things which he used to. So the connectivity between airlines to hotel also now I have to think whenever I book tickets. So it's really a wealth of information and truly it matters a lot. So it was really useful for me from the point of view for knowledge. So thank you first of all, Smita San and the Consultants Consortium of Chennai to have me today to share something little what we have been going through this process of rather than from the AI point of view, but probably from when we look from the connected devices or the IoT concept. Okay. So basically, probably some of you must be wondering about the name because I represent Toyota Gosai, which is a Toyota Group company in Bengaluru, Bidadi. And we manufacture all the most of the car interiors, exteriors, and we are just next door to Toyota. So that's how it is. Globally, we are located in 68 plants across about 20 countries. So wherever Toyota is there, we are there because we are part of their family. And the key challenges for us, just to give a gist of it, is like we are one of the companies who follow the TPS to the best possible extent. I don't say that we are the best, but we are trying to be the best. With the lean inventory as much as just 30 minutes in an automotive sector, which is very, very tough, I can say. and with every 30 minutes vehicles moving out to see that the vehicle lines are being assembled. So those are the challenges. So when we are having such a setup and we have been working with the conventional way with all the Japanese concept, I think how do we embrace technology? That's the key point. When we talk about technology, yes, of course, the first thing which comes and which Japanese are more so particular are robots. uh, of course, most of the Japanese machines come with robots, and it's like pick and place robots what we have. Today, when we are in a situation where we need to cater to the industry, not only just from the automation point of view, but how do we have automation integrated into the complete supply chain and end-to-end solutions? So when we look at that as a manufacturing industry, from raw materials to the dispatch, which involves multiple process in between, what is that and technology can play a role. So as Harish was telling, camera, you when he said camera, yes, we also have cameras, but like Smita-san was telling, camera inspection, that is where becomes the key. For a manufacturing sector, and particularly when we're talking about automobiles, and we deal with products which are seen by every end user. If you sit in a car, the steering wheel, what you hold is what is manufactured here, and a customer just sees that, which is just probably about few centimeters away from his vision. So everything small can be looked in a big way. So every customer aspect needs to be considered when we are looking not only from the product design point of view, but from the end-to-end quality, where the customer feels happy for having purchased a car which has got a very valuable components in it, because the steering wheel, it touches every now and then, or is in always in touch. I'm not talking about the driverless cars or something like that. So India is still a long way to go, but still, for example, that's the point I'm trying to say. So aesthetics are so critical, and when we are talking about the Toyota quality, it's very stringent. Just to give you an insight, even a small 4 mm line on a bumper is not acceptable. 4 mm line, I'm talking about a small unseen scratch for a normal customer doesn't go well as per the Toyota standard. So that is the level of quality which people look into. So from this point of view, when we look at, so how do we enhance our quality? So when we talk about quality, we always talk in the Toyota thinking way called as a built-in quality. TPS is of course the base for all, but under the TPS, we have the TQM and the TPM, which is a four fundamental principles. But in order to bring that system, it's a journey. I mean, it's not just one component we can just introduce today and you get the results tomorrow. So that is where we started looking at how do we embrace all this concept, and notwithstanding the changes the customer requires, the variants the customer demands today, and the speed of delivery, all these things matter. So we are trying to work in islands of activities where we at the same time we have some SDG targets, like we have to focus on carbon neutrality, CO2 reduction, and as well as the green energy utilization, all those ones. So how do we integrate every activity? That is where we feel that IoT, AI, all these things come into picture. To give a gist of that activity, and in one example, we primarily took the carbon neutrality as one of the key factor. And in order to address the challenges, since we are a manufacturing company where there is and we have a huge setup with 1,500 people, and almost about different operations, molding machines, which are really power guzzlers, paint shop, we have assembly operations, so on and so forth. So how do we really optimize our energy? So in fact, we started doing it manually, to be very honest with you. And we had some 3 people dedicated to that, to map the energy levels of every machine shift basis. But it's a cumbersome activity. It gave a lot of inputs, but that's where then we took a support of an external team who could really look into that. And now we have set up an online live data monitoring system where we know every machine, probably every few minutes, what is the power consumption, where is the spike, and what is the change points happening, and what are the potential failures which can lead to because of this. And this type of analysis, and we have a control, sort of a small, I don't say a control room, but there's a setup where people are looking at it and see that, yeah, there's a fluctuation. So there's a likelihood of failure. So sort of it gives a predictive approach, or we call as a predictive maintenance concept in maintenance or a manufacturing industry. So today, to be very open with you, one is, of course, once that has come, manpower is no more required to do that, collation of data. But the biggest advantage is we are able to bring down our unforeseen failures of machines and breakdowns to an extent where we have almost been able to improve our energy consumption by more than 32% in the last 2 years, where we are able to use the energy, or rather bring down the energy for almost 2.5 times of our turnover. So you can see the correlation. So it's not that, you need your power consumption goes up because your sales turnover goes up. So sales turnover is going up thanks to the business situation in India, but our power consumption is getting down. So we have been able to make some efficient monitoring of the systems, and live data is which really gives us an advantage of taking things into action in a very, very primitive stage itself. So if we are talking from energy management alone, so what about the rest of the activities when you look at the quality? So as Harish was telling and Smita madam was telling about the camera inspection, we call camera inspection. Of course, manual inspection is required. So, like any automobile car, car will be made of more than about 5,500 to 8,000 components. I'm talking from bolts, screws to the big parts. And when we make components, each components will be having parts ranging from 3 numbers to almost 35 to 80 numbers. So in this scenario, even if there is one miss, matlab, there is one screw missing, I think it can be devastating impact, which anybody can envisage. So how do we ensure? So of course, visual inspection is something which is man dependent. So this is where we brought into the aspect of all this. We call it as a conventional way called as a camera inspection, where every components are being identified. At the same time, what are the potential areas where it can miss? So that is what is the next step we have done. So in order to do that, then we thought that anyway, these errors are being done by people. It's not done by, because I'm talking about manual assembly stations where people do that. If we misses it, of course, we have the Japanese concept of Pokayoke systems, we call. But Pokayoke system again is a combination of people and the technology. So we found that most of the times, even the best Pokayoke was failing. So how do we see that the Pokayoke becomes very strong? So end-to-end Pokayokes is what we went on, and where we try to integrate this Pokayoke visions with data monitoring systems, where we know like the last first shift or second shift, whatever people are working. So you get the data so that you can also map the value stream activities. And in the process, we also try to build in how the members ergonomics play an important role in this, because it's very important. Man related errors can happen because of certain non-technical things and ergonomics. So then we also started working with the companies, wherein now we understand the ergonomic behaviors, and which will help us in identifying the the muda, we call in Japanese language muda, so that there are some actions of a person within that specified time where his action is trying to deviate from the standard operating procedures. So immediately we should be able to identify that, okay, particularly at 12:10 or 12:05, this situation is there. So whatever products have been made in that particular situation, let us have a reconfirmation. So those type of, advanced analysis is being possible through these type of concepts. Now we have also entered into a stage where we have started working with COBOS. I am not sure how many of people are familiar with the word COBOS. COBOS are nothing but collaborative robots. Unlike the robots where you cannot really collaborate. Matlab, robots are like, once you start, they are expected to work in the way you designed to, and they will not change unless you change the program. Whereas Cobos are so flexible, it is like just another person where it will listen to you. If you can stand next to it, it will be working with you. It does everything for you. So this is why it is called as collaborative robots. And that is where we have started using collaborative robots, where it also replicates or duplicates the job of a person. At the same time, it also works with the people. So when we are having such sort of a situation, so the biggest challenge is how do we interpret the failures even of those particular purpose, because it is expected to run non-stop or 24/7, but we also have some potential failures. How do we map that one? And that is where this data analysis is going to play an important role, where AI comes into picture. So we are now in the stage of analyzing from the AI approach as to how we can integrate this into an aspect where we can do a prediction of this type of a failures and then take advanced measures. But one of the key thing when I'm speaking on all these aspects, which I primarily feel is people are moving in the digital world. We are all fascinated by the technology. And of course, we are also reaping benefits. At the same time, particularly from the manufacturing sector point of view, resource is one of the key challenge, which is a, I can say, not a bottleneck, but it is a matter of concern. Today we have got a lot of engineering colleges, churning out CS, IS, and you name it. You have about maybe a 25,000 to 30,000 engineers passing out every year in India alone in this stream, computer science information. But again, the integration of these engineers to the manufacturing sector is one big challenge, which is very much required today. Mechanical industries and manufacturing industries cannot work. But what we are facing, one of the key challenges, like how to integrate. We have recruited, we have some IS computer science engineers, but again, that integration of the manufacturing thoughts to the latest technology using the what do you say, the programs, or maybe as simple as PLC programs, or even if it is a Python language, is what makes a difference. So how is that we can really work towards enhancing this type of a situation? So this is where I think probably even the industries also need to take a active step in towards working with the academic institutions, for which we are also working very strongly. So we are now in a position to see, like, defect outflows can be prevented by using camera inspection, where it prevents or identifies the missing components not going to the next station, and where it gives a buzzer, alarm, all those stuff are there. At the same time, when we're talking from the quality perspective, we are also now in a stage where the complete automation is being planned for a painting facility. See, any product or most of the products are when you talk about the car has got a shell body which is metallic, but when you see the front fascia and the back, it's most of them are plastic components. So all these things undergo a painting as per the standard requirements. And any such variations in that can lead to a major issue, which could be a field complaint. So how do you maintain the matching of body color of the bumper to the body? Because metal and plastics can never be the same. And matching a color on metal and plastics cannot be 100%. And probably from today onwards, when you go and watch any of your cars, are probably the dark color cars, like the maroon color, these type of cars, you will always find there will be some sort of a shade difference, because that is the inherent characteristics. How do we visualize this? How do you predict this? Because it is a judgmental issue. It's a judgmental issue, because what is okay for me may not be okay for you. To that extent, how do we use technology to identify this? So for this, we are working on a complete system of automation and inspection activity, and coupled with AI based support. And in fact, my parent company in Japan has already established this system, where we are able to have the complete process flow end to end, like from the raw material stage to the dispatch cycle, which is being done, including the configuration of AMRs. AMRs again is automated mobile robots or manual robots, or it is also called, the earlier version was called AGVs, automated guided vehicles. So we are now in a process of integrating everything from raw material stage to the manufacturing to parts pickup, which was earlier picked up by people. Now it is picked up by these AMRs, wherein there's no manual intervention. And then it is being stacked automatically into vertical storage systems, which is almost about 8 meters to 9 meters height, and you don't need to retrieve. Nobody needs to go. It is something like automated parking system in most of the countries, which we have seen in Japan, China, and all those advanced countries. So similar concept we are now started installing. In the next couple of months it will be ready, wherein everything works. And even there, when we are looking at different colors, because since we work with the 30 minutes inventory, the Toyota line will be something like this. Two cars of Innova, followed by one Fortuner, then followed by one Krista, and then another high cross, like this. It's called a mixed line from the Toyota language. So, and the colors also vary. The initially white color, then the black color. So this type of information we get just 56 minutes in advance. We will not be knowing prior to that which vehicle, which color, what is available. So once we get the information on which pattern or the variant, so this is what we will be able to pull it down from the stat. So this prediction of that, like what could be the likely color. So now we are working with the software company as to, can we get that information based on the past data and also the integration with the logistics team of Toyota, how we can get it at least 2 hours in advance. So these are some of the things where prediction plays a very important role, and AI is one of the key component which we are really striving hard to connect these things. But end to end, if you say as of today, we are what we call as a smart factory. Sorry, we are not a smart factory. We are trying to work on different sectors, and we wish to bring that. But what makes the difference is when we are talking about quality. This type of where there is precision is one requirement, where you're talking about 0.01 to 0.02 tolerance in any fitment related products, something like critical components. And then there is aesthetic related products. For both of this, the challenge is like, how do we do this within the span of a few seconds or probably few minutes. So that is where we are working on this vision system or vision measurement systems through AI concept. And this is where we are integrating with the software providers, and we will be in a position to establish that systems in a bigger scale in the upcoming days. Overall, I can say that yes, AI has been a big role player in a different service industry, as you saw in the hospitality industry. But the role of AI is something different when we look from a manufacturing industry. And the role to be played, it's not only AI and ML, it is something like it is beyond that, where manufacturing integration, and the challenge is how manufacturing people understand this technology, where the shop floor, or we call I don't want to say the operators, they're called as the frontline people. So those frontline people, how do they accept it and integrate this type of a technology into their systems? This is the key challenge what we are looking into. And to do that, what is the roadmap when it comes to the skill enhancement of the engineering stuff, which is totally different. When it look from the user department, you don't need to be what do you say, an engineer for that, but ultimately you are the user. How can you make a technology which is so user friendly, like a mobile phone? Now everybody starts using it, they know how to download. Even a 1-year-old kid is started looking at YouTube and all those stuff. So today, as I said, collaborative robots are such that you don't need an engineer to program it compared to a conventional robot. So, and all these type of advancements will really help us, and we should be in a position to enhance our requirements in terms of what do you say, quality. Even I always say that there's nothing called a Six Sigma, even though Six Sigma is very popular. We never believe in Six Sigma, because Six Sigma means you are always open to defects. So today we are at ZDL, zero defect lines. Can we create a product where there is no defect? So that is being our mantra and objective. And for that, AI activities are really going to be a game changer, and which we are seeing now, which we have seen in an area not only from quality, as I told you in the beginning, we have also seen from the energy management. We are looking at productivity now. At the point I forgot to tell, now we are also using AI for our safety enhancement, because we focus on behavior based safety. Just for your information, our company has been regarded as the best safe company in the entire Toyota group, and we are the safety leaders in the Toyota group. So we also are using this AI and this camera inspection, all this concept to see how people are working in the shop floor with respect to safety. What I mean is real respect to safety. Am I respecting safety? Am I respecting my own safety? Am I following the SOPs related to safety? Am I wearing the helmet? Am I wearing certain PPEs? Like you can see, I'm wearing a reflector jacket here, like something like that. So these sort of observations are made through using AI, and we collect the data and we communicate and we create the awareness. So I think from every aspect, be it be safety, be it be quality, be it be energy management, be it be productivity, I think AI is definitely playing a role, but how far, how fast is a question mark, because there's something called cost component attached to it. It doesn't come free of cost. It's not an easy one. So there's something you have to look at the end of the day from the economic sense. Does my balance sheet really give me the desired result when I go to it? So every industry has this challenge, and we are also in the same boat. So from that perspective, I think we will be in a win-win situation at the end of the day, and probably any manufacturing industry should start looking at this aspect in a much more deeper sense, and we should be able to get the desired result. So I think with that, I was trying to just share my experience rather than teaching anybody, uh, and it should be fine if I can get any queries. I would be able to answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. That was indeed very fine. We got to know what it is happening in the real time, and also with a organization of your level, which is where and how much you have been able to inculcate these different technological initiatives. So yes, it's a long way to go, as you say. And you also mentioned about, yes, here I think in the manufacturing setup, what we have, the major challenge is you're not only trying to talk to humans, rather you're understanding the machines also, which are more, right? They are more important to us. Now you will have to learn how the machine works and how it is behaving, and then transfer it to the humans. And yes, that's a big challenge out there. And yes, cost is another factor. Because what I have seen is as a very simple, there is this IT industry, the software industries. The first of the things what we started in the manufacturing unit was to take up ERP, right? So I have heard, even today I get to listen to stories here where they make an ERP, they come, they give you a package, and after a while, they do training and everything, and after that, you chuck it and go back to your old way of doing it. So here, the IT industries, the ones who make the coding or the software, are used to sitting in the tower, in the AC tower out there, will have to come to the furnace and the boiler levels, and will have to feel it and then make it. I think this is one more challenge which, what you say, the culmination of two, two brains should happen here. Only then I think we will get the real solution. Is what I feel. Thank you very much, sir. We saw the service
It's
industry and we saw the manufacturing sector
it's
here.
NI and AI, natural
Yes,
intelligence and AI. So how do you
absolutely.
amalgamate both?
Amalgamate both. That will be the major challenge. Ma'am, I over to you now for the final words.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much, Smita. I'm just trying to figure out if there are any questions anywhere from the audience so that Mr. Tej can answer this. If there are no questions, then we can actually conclude the session. So we would like to sincerely thank both the speakers and the audience for joining us today, because all of us are trying to understand what's happening in the world of technology with the human intelligence and the machine intelligence trying to talk to each other, and there's a confluence that is happening that all of us could see. And AI, Smita has already mentioned, I need not touch about it. AI is here to stay, but AI is here to empower the humans. It is the human intelligence which will get strengthened by this machine intelligence, and this confluence or the culmination of both this minds is what actually going to drive the business world in future. So all of us are trying to figure out. There's a lot of conversations in the marketplace: machines replacing humans, machine intelligence replacing native intelligence. So nobody can replace native intelligence. So as humans, we have our own intelligence. Sometimes machine intelligence also may not be accurate. That is where we use our human intelligence to make those on-time decisions. But this is actually helping the people at the workplaces, the industry corridors. All of us are using AI in a small way here and there. And we are able to see the mm, uh, some nice insights that we are getting, and we are able to implement those internally and make those decisions also. So conversations like this will help us. Honestly speaking, we didn't know that manufacturing sector can integrate this machine intelligence, artificial intelligence into this daily routine. Maybe in small doses, it's happening in all sectors. It's not in a full-fledged manner, because taking everybody into confidence in this new domain also going to take time. Thank you so much for sharing those insights, because these are purely knowledge sharing sessions. These are not even trainings or workshops here. Uh, Listening to experts like you is actually giving us more confidence that, that these things are doable, can be implemented, that the businesses should be taken into confidence. So we will continue to invite you for our sessions, because all our sessions actually are watched more online, because you all know you're coming from the industry. People don't get time to participate the sessions during the daytime, but they're all listening to the videos, watching the videos. That is why each session clocks 200, 300 viewers actually. Our intent is to spread this good initiatives that are happening at the industry corridors. Short and sweet sessions, just 1 hour, 1.5 hours, not more than that. So thank you so much. Mr. Teji and Harishji had to leave. And to the audience, today afternoon we have a BFSI session where the conversation will be on GCCs, evolution of GCCs in the country, and the kind of changes that are happening. And in fact, manufacturing sector is attracting the maximum GCCs in the country. Especially Karnataka is actually capturing a lot of traffic there. So anybody interested can join. These are sector specific. All the key takeaways will be shared, will be compiled as a newsletter. Me and Smith are going to work on this. It will take us about 3 to 4 weeks time, because 16 sessions we had to complete. And we'll compile a very good newsletter, see to it that this knowledge reaches everybody with all the key takeaways from the speakers and their organization profiles and everything. Thank you so much. Audience, any doubts you have? Mr. Harish Chandra had to leave early. He did send a message. Any queries? He asked you all to send a mail to CCC. You all know the CCC's email ID. He said he will respond to the queries also. Thank you. Thank you so much. Keep joining us for all our sessions. We do milestone month. November month is our key milestone month. So we do regular conversations. It was not easy to create, make the 16 sessions happening. And it's a lot of hard work that has gone into preparing this. So we sincerely thank all of you for your continued support. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Look forward to more learnings in the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
so
sir.
much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you all.